Hello, my name is Leo. And that ain't right. That's fine. Let's go. Okay, drive. Alright, let's do this. So you don't actually start like getting a time until you've finished the first lap. You realize that, don't you? Yeah, I just gotta get a feel for this car. Oh my god, the freaking steering wheel's on the right side. Yeah, like all Japanese cars? Idiot. You drive Australian and Japanese cars where the steering wheel's on the right side. Why is this so weird to you? Because I'm used to playing video games where the steering wheel's on the left side. Because I like Dodge Vipers and stuff. Alright. Yeah, it is true. If I go off the edge, does that like invalidate? No, it doesn't. It does when you're doing the actual like time trial, but for now it won't unless you do it like just before the start of the next lap. Then you'll be fucked. Okay. So I really gotta fix something. Just gotta hang on. God damn it. It's fine. We haven't actually started yet. I know that, but. That's where was I? Sorry. Let's try this. So just gotta try using the sticks. I don't know. The only time I've really used the sticks is when I was driving with the. So that doesn't work very well. I prefer using the buttons, not the triggers. Certainly not the triggers. I hate the triggers. But I always use the buttons. X and square for accelerate and brake respectively, with circle as handbrake. I've always liked it that ever since the PS1 days. But alright, no, you can't do that in the real race. I realise that. Even though it's totally an awesome shortcut, which is great for using in like real races. But these days a lot of games force you to use like left and right trigger, or L2 and R2. I don't like it for accelerate and brake. I've never liked that. I think it's shit and I hate it. I also miss the good old days when you used to be able to use the D-pad for steering. Oh, you can in this game. Yeah. I remember, I think it was one of the Gran Turismos. No, sorry, the Grand Theft Autos. I think it was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas that forced you to use the stick, and it really pissed me off. I like using, like with a PlayStation controller, I prefer using the D-pad. Xbox controller, sure, I use the stick, but I don't know. Anyway, crying of spit milk. That's a DQ right there. It is, yeah. But when I started using the Red Bull car, which is super fast, the buttons didn't quite cut it, so I set left stick up. I think right stick down, left stick down. Oh no, okay. So it's, okay. So left stick is your steering, left and right. And right stick, like, up is accelerate, and right stick down is brake. And just using the sticks, it makes it a lot easier to sort of maintain your speed, like what I'm doing now. If you've never played Gran Turismo 5, you'll notice in my HUD where it's got my speed. That is quite low at the moment. On the right side there's this like white bar, and see how it's going up and down? That's my accelerator. So right now it's on max. If I cut it back, it's sort of, I'm maintaining my speed, and right now I'm not accelerating at all. And then on the left side there's a bar for the brake, which is a red line. Right? Also, you'll notice above the speedometer is a number, which is my gear. Now, when I come up to corners, you'll notice a red number come up, which is the suggested gear for that corner. When it flashes, it's actually saying you should really be braking now. That being said, you should always brake just after it starts flashing, because it usually flashes way too early. Yeah, so that's that. Oh, I haven't done my ceremony of blowing on the nose. Alright, I'm just gonna pause the game so I can do that. Is this really important? Look, I'm doing it so far, I can't stop now. I'm actually running out of snot to blow out of my nose, but that's fine. Alright, so back to using the buttons. Fuck the sticks. Sticks are shit. I haven't even finished one lap yet. No, you have not. To be fair, you've only been doing this for like, what, 8 minutes? Have I been doing this for 8 minutes? No. 5 minutes. 5, 6 minutes. Just better come up to 6 minutes. Alright, fair enough. Okay, so we'll just cruise along Nürburgring. The hardest part about doing this, well, the hardest part to start off with, the hardest part is definitely doing it in the time. But for me, the hardest part is just staying on the goddamn track. Like, you go on the grass and it's instant DQ. And the worst part about this whole thing is because it's the Nürburg, it takes so long to, like, get to the next thing. Now, you could just restart, but you still got to do a full lap before you can, you know, do another thing. So you might as well just keep going. It's just a pain in the butt. Not that I'm not into restarting races. I never was. Blackjack's really big into that. Like, if he like crashes and like loses his awesome position, he'll just quit out of the race and start again. Whereas I will stick it with until the end, despite the fact that I'm going to come in last place. That being said, there was this one time I was racing. I think I talked about this last in the first 10 videos of Gran Turismo back in the day, where I was doing a Formula 1 race. I think it was in Gran Turismo 3. Really? It was an endurance race. Were there endurance races in 3? I thought so. Maybe it was 4. I don't know, whatever. The point is I was doing a Formula 1 race, right? Yeah. And I was coming first. I was doing really well. I think, like, because it was Formula 1, so everyone was, like, the same, like, I'm trying to think of what game it was. It doesn't matter. 3 or 4, it doesn't matter. Anyway, everyone was, like, because in Formula 1 races, everyone's basically the same car, right? Now, it was the test track. If you don't remember the test track, it's not in 5. It was basically a giant oval that was, like, 20 kilometers long, or 10 kilometers long. You did not need to pit in, because even if your tires were, like, completely shot to shit, you could continue to, like, race no matter what. Now, the computer AI didn't know that, and they would pit in, right? So, at the beginning of the race, we were all the same. So, we were sort of, like, doing that thing that bicycle races do in, like, the Tour de France, where they sort of take turns in being in front and feed off each other's slipstream and sort of shuffle about. So we were all doing that, and I was, like, you know, taking part in that. And then they all pitted in. So obviously I didn't pit in, so I just shot off in first place. And then, what happened? I can't remember what happened. Something happened, right? Something happened. And I think they caught up to me, because they were still slipstreaming, and I was by myself. So they were actually going faster. Oh, well, I think we're about to start. Okay, cool. And I think I just disqualified myself. No, you haven't. Okay, we're good. Alright, I gotta concentrate. Let's do this. You're totally gonna fail. I know. You're also totally gonna forget the story you were leaving. I'll probably come back to it later. I've already forgotten the story. Formula 1 races. Ah, yes, right. You'll forget it. I will. I know. There's no way you're gonna beat this. I know. Could you imagine if you did actually beat it? How much would that suck dick? That would really suck, because it wouldn't have counted, no. You would have just done it, and you would have had to do it again. And you'd probably never do it again. No. Because as our track record goes, we usually own the first time we do something, and then the next time we suck dick at it. We're doing alright so far. Yeah, but the first part of the race I'm really good at. Like, I churned through those AMG things, and I got gold the first 2. I certainly didn't get gold those first 2 the first time. I had to play those races a lot to actually get that. So this part of the race, I'm actually pretty decent at. That being said, I'm probably going to fuck up here, because I know this is one of those parts where it lulls you into false security, and then you got to brake really hard here, and I always fuck it up, and I've DQ'd myself. Oh, but it doesn't DQ. Oh, you don't DQ in this. Ah. Well, that's cool. Well, I guess I can get back to my story then, because we're really just practicing. Yeah. So where was I? So I was on my own. They pitted in, but after they'd come out of the pits, they were doing their Tour de France, taking turns thing. So they were collectively going faster than I was. So they caught up with me, right? So we were nuzzling each other. We were getting very close to each other. Then all of a sudden, I just shot off and just flew and crashed. And they all went ahead of me, and I was like, shit. And there were a couple of cars that also crashed. So I think there was I think there was only one car that was next to me. So him and we did the slipstream thing. So I was maintaining the same speed as everyone else, but we were way behind. Waited for them to pit, and then just shot out in first, and I came in first place. Now if I just gave up, right? If I just gave up, oh no, I'm in last place. Oh, actually, I wasn't in last place. I was in, second last place. I actually waited for the guy behind me to catch up to me so that we could do the slipstream thing. And then I used that tactic and then until they pitted in. And then after they pitted in, I shot past everyone and I won the race. If I hadn't done that, if I just quit out of the race, sure, I could have done it a lot faster. But I did it that race. I stuck through it to the end. You know what? This is really boring. It is. And honestly, if I don't get a decent, a remotely decent time in this lap, I'm just going to give up. I don't even care anymore. Gran Turismo 5, I can't believe I wasted the time to, download all the updates. Really? You're gonna delete all the updates? I'm not, because I'm scared of what will happen when the online services get deleted. But I'm not going to continue this. Because this is boring. I never even liked online play. I don't want to play Gran Turismo 5 anymore. I'm over it. I'm over Gran Turismo 5. I put a lot of hours into this game. No doubt about it. I don't want to play anymore. I really don't. I super don't. So, I'm just going to finish this, and then just be done with it. That'll be the end of it. That'll be the end of Gran Turismo. So yeah, what time you got? I got 4 minutes. And how are we doing in the whole grand scheme of things in the race? I don't freaking know. Yeah, it's a bit like that, isn't it? Now there was just a number 13 on a post there. Is that a marker? Are there numbered markers for the whole thing? Am I going to see a 14 or a 15 coming up? Probably not. We're coming up to the carousel. Now the carousel, if I remember correctly, is approximately halfway through the race. So you're not looking too good. That being said, if I remember correctly, the end of the race is a lot faster. You know what that 14 is? I just saw a 14 before, didn't you? Yeah, you did. I bet you it's the kilometer marker. What, 14k? Well, if so, you're doing pretty well, because the race is only 20k, right? Yeah, is that 15? 15, yes. Maybe it's in miles. It doesn't matter. Well, it does matter. Because if it's in miles, there would be less miles. That would be better for us. No, true. This might actually be a half decent score. That being said, you totally went off the track 3 times. Including that time. That would have been a DQ. That would have been alright. Whatever. Are we near the end? Isn't this near the end? Is it? I seem to think we're coming up to the final stretch. Which is you can go really fast at that point. Well, that's a DQ and a half. Yes, it is. Also, you totally cheated that one part. regardless, you're on 6 minutes now. You got to finish the race in a minute and a half. You don't know how successful you're going to be in there. You're not at the final stretch yet. If you're on the final stretch, I'd be thinking you might have a chance. We are not, and we're not up to the final stretch yet. I think we're coming to the final stretch like now? No? No, not yet. Yeah, 6:30, you've got 1 minute. I think there's a bit of sand coming up. I think we passed that part already. Really? Did we pass the sandy bit? You mean that sand? Is that the sand you're talking about? Maybe. Oh, yeah, possibly. Yeah, I think we're coming up to the stretch. No, you're not. I remember this part. We're not up to the final stretch yet. There's no way you could do this in 7 minutes and fucking 30 seconds. I think we're coming up to the final stretch now. How many times are you going to say that? I'm going to say it until we actually make it. No, this is actually the final stretch. Yeah. No, not a chance. 7:10? You haven't got a freaking chance in hell of beating this. No, I'm just gonna give up because we're not gonna do it. And I don't really like this game anymore. And nobody really requested me to play this. Like, it's not like a game someone requested. Well, the honest fact is, I heard the news that, you know, I was gonna get what's the name. So I'm like, oh shit, I guess I better, you know, play it while I still can. And now that I've played it, I'm like, oh, so this is why I wasn't playing it. Because it's shit and I don't really care about it. So, yeah. I'm not even going to make 8 minutes. You might possibly make 8 minutes. Possibly? No, you didn't. You didn't make 8 minutes. So, fuck. Yeah. There's no way. There's no way in hell that you would ever beat that 7.5 minutes. It's actually not 7.5. It's 7 minutes and 29 seconds. Or 20... God damn it. 7 minutes 29.02. Why does it have to be .02? Because that's the actual record. Just make it 29 flat. But the actual record's 29.02. Whatever. Well, I think this has been Gran Turismo. Yeah, I think this is it. So, I don't know, if you want me to play more Gran Turismo, you better hurry up, because, you know, the online stuff's gonna get cut out on the 31st of May. I'm probably gonna delete the updates. You know, I'm not gonna delete the updates until after the thing all gets shut down, and then I'll check the news and stuff about what actually happened, like, to other people. And if it's found out that you can download the updates again, then I'll probably delete the updates then. And if it's found that you can't update the deletes, then I guess I'm just going to have to have a big chunk of my hard drive wasted with that information because I don't want to lose it. Despite the fact that I don't want to play this game. Well, when PlayStation decides that they're going to, like, delete the PS Store so that I can't download games that I already own, then we'll start talking about deleting Gran Turismo 5. Because if I had to choose between Gran Turismo 5 and, say, Peace Walker, I'll take Peace Walker. Or Game of Thrones, or what other games you got? You got Ni no Kuni, or Grand Theft Auto 5, all the DLCs, you know, or Way of the Samurai. Man, I bought too many games on the one. You did. You really did. But anyway, that is it for Gran Turismo 5. So, my name is Leo, and I will see you all next time.